Hello, this is my day 56 video here at UBC, and I'll title this one, Nothing Went Right. Um, it's cause yeah, it was a really like funky day, so I'll talk about like why I said what I said. Um, so yeah, I woke up, showered, coffee, like honed in, and like time for abs and midterm, right? It's at 8 a.m. Um, it's like go and like taking the midterm, it's taking it and took it. It was fine. Um, It was an okay midterm. Like it was harder than the practice tests they gave us. There was a scenario at the end which was really like ambiguous, really ambiguous. Um, Actually, at the very end of the test, they have a section where it's like if you found any questions to be ambiguous with their wording, like please talk about that here, right? But like most of the time, people don't have time to even write anything. But I did, so I wrote for that question. I'm like, well, here in this step they said they did this, but then in the next step they didn't specify if they included what they did in this step. And I'm like, so yeah, hopefully if the professor reads that, they'll like understand what I meant. But yeah, it was tough, but it was quite doable to be honest. It was not that bad. But then again, it's also hard to predict how well or how poor you did on these midterms because there's a lot of bullshitting that happens on it. Like, I took a practice midterm last night, right? And like, I thought I did good. Like, this was me retaking it, and I got an 83 on it. And like, it's when you see the right answers, yeah, you can justify them. You can be like, oh yeah, this is right because of this. But like, in the moment, like, your other answer also seems right. So, we'll see how I did on this midterm. Really, I hoping I did good though. Like, I don't think I did bad. I really don't. I understood the questions very well. And yeah, there were like few double negatives. So the term, like, as in like which of the following answers is not the wrong one or whatever. Like that's what I mean. Um, they were pretty easy to understand. So hopefully I did good. We'll see. Speaking of which, scores for physics midterm came out actually on Thursday. So I forgot to talk about it. Um, I got a 78, which is okay. It was above class average. Um, and yeah, practically all the points I lost were on that one question that I scratched all my correct work and rewrote something else. So yeah, like I got one question wrong basically. That like that's the way I'm choosing to think of this. And the one question I got wrong is basically like just because I wasn't confident in my work. So yeah, I don't think that's the worst thing that could have happened. And plus my grade in the class is still above a 90, so I'm chilling. Good enough for now. Um, yeah, midterm ended and like I wasn't gonna go to physics lecture to be honest. This is two lectures I've actually skipped back to back to be honest. But I'm not. I'm thinking I'm done showing up to Amali's lectures until the end of the year. I'm gonna show up to the other physics lectures, but I'm not going back to my physics lectures. I'll be watching them online and going to the other professor because straight up waste of time. So yeah, after that, me and our friend the way went to Dollars and More. No, Dollars and Plus. Sorry. We got like he got himself like a costume kind of like he got a bunch of like supplies to like make a costume out of. I ended up buying just some fake blood. You know there were some pretty cool costumes. They were either really expensive or like crappy quality. Anyways, I already decided pretty much on what I was gonna do. So yeah, I just bought myself some fake blood, and that was it. Then after that, we went to Shoppers. I stopped by. I ended up buying Vaseline, which I still have a crap ton of. So I don't know what I'm gonna be doing with this now. Like there was no smaller size, which I also need for my costume. And then we went to a third store called Harvest, and there I was able to get sugar. So yeah, first one, the other stores sold sugar, but Harvest sold sugar in like like kilogram packs, and like I don't need a kilogram of sugar. I just need like a small amount. Apologies. But since Harvest also has like a coffee place or whatever, they had sugar packets just laying around, so I just like grabbed a handful and that was enough for me. But I didn't want to just show up, grab sugar, and like walk out without getting anything. So I bought myself like a box of like popcorn. So I like to make popcorn with, in case I was like ever gonna host a movie night. And yeah, so that was it. That was like the morning. I came back and went back to bed. To be honest, and I didn't have anything to do. Like I could have done work ahead, but like I had nothing to do for the next couple of days. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna relax. So I took a big nap. Like I woke up, recorded the day 55 video. No, I showered, took the day 55 video. Yeah, I did 2 showers in one day because like when I woke up, my hair was really funky. Like my right side was curly, like the way it usually is, and my left side, for whatever reason, became super super straight. Like it had like no texture to it, so it's like, So yeah, showered again. Um, and then I went and grabbed myself a lunch, and twice. And at lunch, I just spent a couple hours just chatting with random people, just killing time. I really wasn't in the mood to be like productive. But yeah, after that, came back to my dorm and like it was time to get started. So yeah, I'll record a bunch of clips of me like preparing my Halloween costume. So I'll just play them and I'll kind of do a voiceover of what happened and like yeah, why things ended up the way they did for the night. Um, and yeah, so let's go. Hello, this is a bit of a different video. This one will be about how I'm gonna make my Halloween costume, and college edition, so budget edition. So number one thing you need is Vaseline. Um, so what is my costume? I guess right. That is your question. I'm gonna be putting cuts like over my face and like over my body. So the stuff I need is like Vaseline. I got myself some fake blood. Red food dye would work too. Honestly, anything that just makes water red. Um, and then you're gonna need some toilet paper or paper towels, whichever you prefer slash work better, or tissues. Really, just like towels, like paper towels kind of thing. I'm also gonna be sacrificing this shirt. So hopefully, people don't hate me for it. But I mean, I bought like 8 of these for $15 at Costco like 2 years ago. So I think it's okay if I sacrifice one of them. And yeah, but the biggest cost is time. The Vaseline was like 5.5 Canadian, and college is like inflation. This was like $4. Paper towels, toilet paper, well, those are household items you have every day. This shirt was like, well, less than $2. So fairly cheap, I would say. The most expensive thing is time. So let's cut and let's get started, huh? Okay, so I'm all set up. This is my base of operations. I also forgot to mention I'm gonna be using this pen to add some like darkness to the cuts and also sugar for texture. So that's about it. Now I'm just gonna see what happens. I'm gonna like mix some water with the red dye and see how it looks and start dabbing up the tissues and toilet paper. My idea right now is at least one big cut running across my entire face, like one big diagonal cut. And I said I'm sacrificing the shirt, so I'm gonna have like 3 claw marks kind of going like across my entire body. We'll see how it turns out. Is this like a big ask? Yes, but I also have a couple hours. So I'll start a time lapse now of the process and we'll see how it turns out. Peace. So I first started out by mixing some of the fake blood with water in a bowl and just kind of creating like a solution that I could have tissues absorb. I found it first to be very pink, so I had to use a lot of fake blood to actually get like a decently dark color. So like as you can tell right now, the first applied one was really pink, so I had to add a lot more to actually get like a dark red. So like I wiped my face off and applied Vaseline and like started creating the first cut. It was like made of like 3 to 4 segments. I also, whenever I had blood on my fingers, I would just wipe it off my shirt because the shirt was going to be bloodied later anyways, so as to not waste resources because I didn't have much fake blood. So yeah, I was working on my first cut, as you can tell. Like I'm creating one of the final sections going down my chin. This section actually kept coming off a lot, and the section above my nose, so that was quite annoying to be honest. I just kept having to reapply Vaseline over and over to that same area to get it to be a bit nicer. But at that point, like I was pretty happy with my first cut, even though I didn't have any darkness on it. I was happy with it, So I started working on a second one. I like as if like a bear attack survivor, I guess. So I was gonna have like two cuts going like that. And this is where I tried using my black pen and it didn't work. I went grabbed a different one, it didn't work. So I stopped the time lapse and like kind of gave up. And then like okay, let's move on. So I first created the cuts on my shirt. Um, it was an unglamorous process, but like I didn't cut myself at all, and actually ended up looking pretty good. So I found like I needed a big paper towel to cover the skin under the shirt, or else it wouldn't look as if I have cuts under. So I worked on creating a really like big red block, basically, and it actually looked really good at this point. Like, but what happened was that I couldn't get it to stick. Like me going back and forth was me trying to get it to stick. So I had a friend come and help, and we just tried taping it to my body, and it just would not tape, work. And like I tried taping it to the shirt, and the tape would not stick to the shirt. So I ended up having to give up actually, um, and this led to, um, and this led to basically just like me giving up and just having the entire process like go out the window, I guess. And I just ended up having like the bloodied shirt, and I just like plastered blood all over my face. And yeah, the diagonal cuts also got messed up whenever like I was taking the shirt on and off, and they would not like stick back because my skin was already full of Vaseline and like it wouldn't absorb anymore. And they're like, and the bloody tissues were like also like just messed up at that point. So yeah, I ended up giving up and just having blood and cuts on my shirt. So yeah, the costume didn't work out exactly as I wanted to. Like, yeah, things like not at all how I wanted it to be honest. Hence the title of this video. Like, nothing went right. Um, and at that point, like I had a bunch of people in my room, so I'm like, okay, whatever. I just gave up. Um, so yeah, my friends like talked, like socialized, like had fun, had finished almost an entire bottle of Bacardi. Um, then yeah, we went and grabbed dinner. Dinner was kind of funny because, oh, yeah, because we were drunk. Um, and then we went down to Wreck Beach because I knew a bunch of people were planning on going to the frats to party, but also, like, but also I had been hearing like from a lot of like random groups like here and there that like people are thinking of going to Wreck Beach to also party. I'm like, well, rather than paying like $30 for a ticket to the frats, I'm like, let's go to the beach and we'll still have fun. So we went down and there wasn't anybody. Apart from some like a couple groups of people, but like they weren't partying, they were just there like doing their stuff. I don't know. So yeah, we went down to the beach. It was kind of like, it was not a great experience because there was nobody there. And then we had to take the stairs back up, which, yeah, 500 steps makes you feel how out of shape you are. Especially because like you're around others, so you're not gonna slow down. So everybody's going like full speed basically up the steps. um, and yeah, after like we came out, we're like, all right, damn, that sucked. So we decided to go to the frats, even though we didn't have tickets. We were just kind of gonna see what happened. So we went back to my dorm. We all kind of got dressed up. So my friend Away brought black powder for me to use for like my cuts, but like my cuts didn't work out, so the black powder was just there. But we all ended up using it, and like we had a costume change basically, or at least I definitely did, and like basically all the other guys did too. Like Barry gave himself like a cross, like a couple other guys like did other like one of the guys gave himself like a really nice mustache. I gave myself a black eye. um, Boy gave himself just like eyeshadow, and yeah, with that we just kind of like, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, and like when we were doing that, the like, um, the powder spilled all over my like counter, and like we got it out with like 5, 6 Clorox wipes, which is fine, but like, come on, I'm already tired. Like I don't want to be like cleaning up anymore, so that sucked. But whatever. Yeah, we all got dressed up and like headed over to the frats. I became someone known as Atlanta Man. So I like put on a ski mask. I like sagged my pants, like grabbed my belt, and was just walking around like a gangster. It was really, really, really stupid. But it was also really funny. Or at least in the moment, it seemed really funny. Like looking back on it now, it's just like, But it seemed really funny. And like basically, by the time we show up to the frats, they're canceled. There's like two fire trucks, two police, like some police, like an ambulance with someone in it. Yeah, it was like a mess. Like we showed up and it was like canceled. Look, the timing could not have been like worse. People were literally like leaving just like right as we came. Later on, I found out that like somebody set off a firework inside like the frat area, either like outside or within a building. I don't know, but even outside, it's still really, really packed. Like there's houses in like a circle kind of thing, so there's like nowhere to go for the firework to go. And then somebody overdosed, and then when the cops came, people were throwing eggs at the cops. I don't know, I didn't see that happening, but yeah, the cops shut down the party and sent everyone home. So yeah, so we all kind of just like walked back. Made the joke that like Atlanta Man shows up and they canceled the party out of fear. Yeah, we walked back and just like watched Friday 13th in my dorm. The popcorn ended up coming in handy because I made 2 bags of it. Then you just watched the movie, had people pass out on my floor. Finished the movie, made sure everybody got home, and came back and crashed. Like, woke up this morning, like my room was like a complete mess, like so much trash, so like everywhere, like bottles, like everywhere, and just yeah. And woke up and I'm like, oh, like I hate this. But yeah, I don't know. It was like it was really fun. That was really fun, but a lot went wrong. Like a lot went really like wrong, like not how I wanted it to, and that kind of like gave it like a bitter taste, I guess. Oh well, that's how it be. It's been already a fairly long video. Yeah, that's about it. I don't know. I hope you guys are doing good, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.